Springtime is the right time to freshen up your look, and Mark Pardo Salons is just the place to do that. And today, Chris Babb, a stylist from Mark Pardo, joins us with some ideas for the spring updos. Hi, honey.
Hi.
It's so good to have you.
It's great to be here. Thank you so much.
Well, we're very privileged because, you know, you were named one of the top stylists in the best of issue of ABQ, the magazine this year.
Thank you, yes.
So you are a top-notch stylist, and we're very happy you're here.
Thank you. You're very sweet.
And look, there's an updo right there, of course, that you have done, and that's what we're talking about today. So give us a little insight as to, you know, what's that look all about for this season?
Well, you know, some things that we're seeing now for the spring and summer trends, a lot of these like really beautiful 1930s, 1940s inspired, glamorous like waves, beautiful set curls, either set or brushed out into these beautiful, full, luxurious waves, much like we saw like on the red carpets for the Golden Globes. Megan Fox was a great example of these like beautiful flowing waves. So,
well, that's what I was also curious about, is when you do these updos, you know, for me, I always like to have a little bit of a messy look, because I kind of feel like it doesn't look so done, you know, and I think it's also dependent on your age and the style that you want to portray, right?
Definitely, definitely. That's something we're seeing a lot this season. A lot of this effortless, really soft, almost looks just kind of thrown up, and a lot less architectural.
See, I like that, because I feel like that gives it a little more depth too.
Totally.
And I like the height. Now, that's another question I had for you.
Sure.
Is it more trendy to do the updos with a flatter look, because you were saying kind of 30s inspired, or is it more like that up poof?
You know, I think that's largely dependent on the shape of the face, the kind of look we're going for. If we have maybe a rounder face, we want to create a little height to elongate the form, right?
Okay, right.
If we're already a little long in the face, maybe something sleeker with a really nice center part would be ideal.
That was that was my next question. For somebody like for me, I have a rounder face. Would you recommend more of a side part or a middle part, and vice versa for a longer face?
You know, I think maybe a little side part action with something a little side swept and a little height would definitely be really flattering for you. It'd be beautiful. Just like you have now, something really nice and full.
Well, that's, of course, because of Mark Pardo.
That's gorgeous.
That's why we like the hair. Let's see what you do. Let's see you in action. Let's go to the video and take a look at what Chris can do.
This is my beautiful model, Lindsay, today, and today we're going to be demonstrating a really simple, easy breezy look, really hot right now for spring and summer, effortless curls and waves, and really simple updos. So Lindsay's natural curl through the back here is incredibly helpful in creating a nice, soft form. We also went through the front and just created some curls with an iron that we broke up, and we may actually accentuate more a little bit here as we proceed. I'm going to continue by just pulling her hair up through the back here really, really loosely. Taking the hair from the right here, and I'm using my fingers rather than a comb because I would rather create less frizz and stick with more of that natural, kind of deconstructed kind of feeling. Once I've secured that, making sure that everything is where I want it to lay, we're just going to do a really gentle sweep over the ear here, just to, again, make it really casual and easy breezy. This was a look that we saw a lot at the Golden Globes. Scarlett Johansson was a wonderful example of this, with this really light, loose, kind of deconstructed updo. Nothing too intentional looking, something really, really easy. Something that, again, it's easy to do yourself at home without too much effort. I'm going to begin securing that from the bottom up using some pins, just to create a really nice, light little updo there. I'm pulling that up and off the neck. And once that's secured there, just again coming over to your left side and making sure it matches the right, just the correct amount of proportion of hair over the ear here, just to make sure that everything's balanced. After I've secured the back, I'm just going to drop the top and sides here and see where that's falling. And there's really no plan here other than just kind of pinning and seeing where things are. If I choose to pull more up, great at that point. Otherwise, we'll just kind of let it hang as it is. I'm using a little bit of our air control, the Aveda Air Control. It's a really super lightweight hairspray. It provides a light to medium hold depending upon how much you layer. Once I have the right side where it's at, I'm just going to proceed here to the left and continue like so. Again, just kind of pinning really, really lightly, holding things up, seeing if I like where they're laying. Again, no real science to it. Something you can easily do with two hands in front of your own mirror at home. And again, using that air control just to provide a little bit of support for those curls. And again, most of which are natural and just her existing curl pattern as it is. The air control is my best friend when it comes to any sort of updos, especially just creating like these light, breezy styles. provides a great amount of volume, but the best thing is at the end of the night, just brush right through it. It's like it never happened. Very nice. So there's so many different variations on this. If we did decide that we wanted to take it to a different place, if you wanted to break up the side part, we could definitely begin pulling hair over from the right here to the left and create some sort of like swept bang if that was a little bit more desirable. This works for really any hair type. You could choose to bring this all back and off the face. Especially for weddings, it's especially important to take into consideration not only the shape of the face, but the dress that you'll be wearing to determine what and how you want the hair to look. One of my philosophies, and I believe this hairstyle lends itself to, is that on your wedding day you should look like the best you. You don't want to show up a completely different person to your wedding. So that is it. Really beautiful, soft, easy hair. Beautiful for spring and summer. And again, something I saw very often at Golden Globes and Grammys. Really beautiful, easy breezy hair.
Good advice.
Thanks. Easy breezy.
I love saying easy breezy. That's my line too. No, but you know what I thought was so interesting is that you were showing what you said about the weddings. You want to look like yourself, and this is a season a lot of people are planning their weddings, and you're going to have these pictures forever.
Totally. Yeah, I agree. I think it's important that you look like your best self rather than, you know, a picture you cut out of a bridal magazine.
Yes.
Though those are great. You know, I always recommend that bride bring in plenty of photos, things that she likes to see, and then we can create a dialogue and definitely collaborate.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you're so good at that. And also, I want to show, of course, where you can find Chris at the salons that we have. Of course, there are so many across the area, but you can be found at the Nob Hill location.
Correct.
And that information, of course, is on your screen right now. Really quick before you go, this is a question I think a lot of people are asking when they're watching from home, like I would be asking. How do you do this by yourself when you want to achieve something in the back like that? I mean, the process, what did you do? Did you curl her hair first? Did you tease? What did you do?
What we did, actually, Lindsay had naturally curly hair. It has a beautiful natural wave on its own, and that lent itself to this really like natural soft look. So we simply accentuated the front with a few curls, and that's something really easy to do at home. Just place some curls around the front, and then easily with one hand grab the back and begin pinning. The kind of messier the better this season.
And just using bobby pins?
Correct. Just some bobby pins, pin it up, and make sure it's strong and in there. Little hairspray, the Aveda Air Control, like I said, my best friend.
It's amazing.
And you're good to go.
And maybe we can come in and get a little lesson from you first.
That'd be great. Yeah, we offer complimentary consultations.
That's fabulous. Yeah. Chris, so much. We're so happy you're here.
My pleasure.
It's been a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
We hope you'll come back again.
Oh, I would love to.
We'd love that. And coming up next, someone's in the kitchen with Kristen, and his name is Chef Eddie Adams. Just ahead, we'll tell you about the Rock, this restaurant makeover.